Since the eruption is to cause an ultra-powerful earthquake of magnitude 13.2, the shockwave at supersonic speed would reach Moscow within minutes. Although the epicenter is far away, Moscow can still experience moderate tremors up to magnitude 7 due to energy transfer through the lithosphere. Those tremors would cause widespread destruction to buildings, infrastructure, and utilities, as well as incite mass panic among the population. Wind would rapidly carry volcanic ash in all directions. Within 1 or 2 days of the eruption, Moscow would experience heavy ashfall. The ash, consisting of fine solid particles, would pose severe respiratory hazards, causing asphyxiation and damaging lungs and mucous membranes. The ash layer in Moscow may reach 3 to 7 feet, depending on wind direction. Ashfall would bring transportation to a standstill, rendering vehicles inoperable as engines fail due to ash infiltration. Air travel would come to a complete halt, as the ash-laden atmosphere makes flight impossible. Moscow's power supply would be heavily disrupted, as ash would accumulate on power lines, causing short circuits. Water supply systems would be contaminated by acid rain and volcanic debris, rendering water unsafe for consumption without deep filtration systems. Acid rains, driven by sulfur dioxide and other sulfur compounds, would corrode buildings, roads, and metal structures. Soil and water acidity would rise sharply, making agriculture impossible. Vegetation across the city would die off, and Moscow's green spaces would be completely destroyed. Moscow, with its population of up to 15 million, would quickly face shortages of clean water, food, oxygen, and medical supplies. Evacuation would be impossible due to the disrupted infrastructure and unsuitability of the surrounding areas for survival. A dark ash cloud would block out the sun entirely. Moscow, just like the rest of the world, will plunge into a volcanic night. Daylight would vanish, and the city would be enveloped in darkness. The absence of sunlight and heat would cause temperatures to drop rapidly. Within a week, Moscow's temperatures could plummet by 10 to 15 degrees Celsius below the seasonal average. Even before the full onset of a volcanic winter, the climate would become dangerously cold, compounding the crisis as infrastructure failures disrupt heating systems. Food supplies would dwindle rapidly, and with transportation routes destroyed and soil contaminated, regrowing crops would become virtually impossible. Over the following months, global atmospheric darkening due to ash and sulfate aerosols would further decrease temperatures. For Moscow, temperatures could drop